Well, strong words there from the current Polynesian Pacific heavyweight champion, Ripper.
And
Bad news,
every
Allen.
one of them. He means everything he says. He is a very determined man to eliminate any and everybody. That's the reason he calls himself the Ultimate Warrior. Before we get into this match, Dunbar, I want to just say I talked to the Dirty White Boys and asked them why they did what they did to the Johnsons.
Yeah.
And their comment was this: they pinned the wrong man. They did not lose, and the Johnsons did not win. And they want everybody in the entire Pacific Basin and the world to know they strutted from ringside on their own, and the Johnsons had to be assisted out of there. And the next time, it will be worse.
Well, I tell you, referee Sammy Sampson counted 1, 2, 3, and he's the man to determine who's the legal man of the ring. I don't know. I've heard they filed a protest. We'll just have to wait and see what comes, the final outcome on that hot summer night at Aloha Stadium.
Well, the biggest protest right now is Bad News Allen has signed a protest with the NWA about the sleeper hold that Lars Anderson uses. He claims it is a choke. It is not a sleeper, that is a stranglehold.
No.
Next week, we will see that match, and you can judge for yourself as to whether that hold was a choke hold or not. So you fans tune in next week and judge for yourself.
Right now, we've got a good match in the ring between the #1 Japanese wrestler in the world today. That's Antonio Inoki, and he's going up against great big Hacksaw Higgins. Look at this, Inoki.
There's the manager at ringside with that bullhorn and whip. He's always sticking his face in.
Yeah, I don't know about this guy. I've seen some managers around. Higgins doesn't really need a manager. Look at him. He must stand about 6'6", weigh close to 300 pounds, huh? Oh, good shots by Inoki. Judo chops, shots to the forehead, staggering Higgins. Higgins with a roundhouse right that connected with nothing but air, and Inoki circling around, very intent. Sets his man up for a beautiful standing drop kick.
He's going to wrestle Bruiser Brody that night at Aloha Stadium. We saw Brody earlier, and I'll tell you right now, that's going to be another battle of the Giants. Match of the century, I think they're calling that one.
Well, I would say so, because Bruiser Brody, of course, he very often has no regards for any rules, any referees, anything. Antonio Inoki, on the other hand, is a very good scientific wrestler, always by the rules. Fast, lightning quick moves, strong, and you know, he's got a lot of proteges which will be appearing, the top wrestlers from Japan. We've got guys like his protege Kingo Kimura, very proficient wrestler, young, strong, enthusiastic, and he's going to be teaming up with Tatsumi Fujinami, also a top star from Japan. I'd like to see those two go together. And they really are a good tag team.
Fantastic moves, and Sakaguchi will be here from Japan too.
Oh yeah, he's going to be taking on that fair-haired wonder, that multi-haired colored hair wonder, Royce Starr.
Our rock and roll sensation, he calls himself.
Yeah, well, the rock and roll sensation is going to have to use more than rock and roll to get past Seiji Sakaguchi. The big man from Japan is coming, and he's ready for action.
You know, I still can't. Dunbar, I just cannot get over the fallen angel actually challenging Leah Maivia to a wrestling match.
Well, we'll have to see what happens on that score.
Well, I tell you, she better not mess with Leah. Leah's got a lot of aces up her sleeve, you know.
Oh, yes.
The angel might just bite off more than she can chew. I tell you that right now.
Antonio Inoki working on that side headlock now, as Hacksaw Higgins brings him back against the rope. Referee calls for the break. Oh, there goes a knee into the stomach, and a forearm smash to the back. Hacksaw Higgins, not a clean break, throws his man into the ropes. Here comes Inoki with a big boot ripper.
Big, vicious kick, another kick to the leg. Another kick. Another kick.
Inoki going for it, I'll tell you. Sets his man up.
Whoa! Look at that savant-like kick.
It's a count of 1, 2, 3. That's it. A count of 3, and there's your winner, Antonio Inoki. Third, a hot summer night at Aloha Stadium. NWA World Championship champion Ric Flair takes on Siva Api. Polynesian Pacific Tag Team Championship, the Soul Patrol against the Dirty White Boys. USA versus Russia. The American Dream, Dusty Rhodes and Magnum TA take on Nikita Koloff and Crusher Khrushchev. In the match of the century, Antonio Inoki from Japan takes on Bruiser Brody. The Family versus Sullivan's Army with $20,000 to any wrestler who can slam King Kong Bundy. Polynesian Pacific Heavyweight Championship, challenger Lars Anderson against Bad News Allen. 8-man tag match with all 8 men in the ring at the same time, plus $8,000 to the winning team. WWF Junior World Championship, the Cobra champion against Superfly Tui. NWA National Heavyweight Champion, Manny Fernandez against Black Bart. AWA Lightweight World Championship, Mighty Milo against Steve Regal. Plus more exciting matches. Tickets on sale this Monday at the Aloha Stadium and all Funway ticket outlets.
Wrestling fans, Bruiser Brody.
First of all, Ripper, I want to say it's going to be a big night out there at the Aloha Stadium, and from my viewpoint, I'm glad that I was the man that was chosen to fight Antonio Inoki when he's coming in here to Hawaii. You know, Inoki's been wrestling for a long time, been all over the world, and claims to be a man who's wrestled in more foreign countries and more places around the world than anybody else. And I'm glad that I'm going to be the man that gets in there right here in the islands and goes out there and shows all the people here in Hawaii and all over the world that Antonio Inoki, being as great as he is, he's still got some people in this business that's a lot better than him, and that he's going to have to prove himself against.